Okay, we are live here with RCW episode 13 of season 2. Let me just make sure we have things going the way they should be. Yeah, we do. Okay, perfect. Obviously Twitch is gonna give me a little notification in a second here because it always gives me a little notification. So a lot has happened last episode. So we had Brian Outlaw cash in his lottery case to become the RCW Carnage champion. He is now in his alter ego called the Warden, and he also has created a new stipulation called Lights Out. And after talking with him, I was able to figure out what that was, and I'll tell you guys that after he addresses the RCW universe. So here we go. Hey, what's up, Anna? How's it going? Glad you're here. I'm glad you're here to finally actually see something as it's happening. We made some edits to the arena here. Where is his title? Why doesn't he have the title with him? I'm guessing he probably just doesn't carry it with him during promos. That's... That is true. Brian Outlaw is the type of person who takes what he wants, and he actually did that by becoming the brand new RCW Carnage champion. So this is a very different side of Brian Outlaw. Obviously, other than the attire and the mask, it's a very different side to him. He felt like he needed to take a step back a little bit and realize what he was doing. But what does that mean for Paige? We've seen Paige and Brian Outlaw going at it quite a bit on Twitter and talking to each other and all that, and it's been weird. So you got to wonder, what is that going to mean for Brian and Paige going forward? Is he going to need her anymore now that he's won the title? Because although she's helped him out, as far as like matches go and all that. Now that he's won the title, and his brother and his sister are now a member of RCW, he has them now. So does he really need Paige anymore? Brian asking for people to come test him. He has a no-holds-barred match against Rey Mysterio. That's what he wanted. He wanted a veteran, and so I gave him one. So we'll have a no-holds-barred match with him and Rey Mysterio tonight. That'll be the main event. Said he's going to unleash hell on RCW. Turns out he already has, I would think. Mic drop. He said all he needs to say, and he's headed to the back. Everything that I do with the Outlaws is very detailed in terms of the creation of them. They are very detailed. So pretty much that's what. Out of every superstar, it took me forever to do the Outlaws, and I really wanted the Outlaws to be probably the most detailed, or at least the custom superstars to be most detailed. Most of the superstars that I use for this show in particular are superstars that are already in the game itself. So, quickly, let me tell you guys about the Lights Out match as we get ready for Sky Outlaw's rematch against Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott asked for this match after Sky Outlaw beat her in her singles debut at a pay-per-view at Havoc. So she asked for this rematch, so I gave it to her. And Jason Outlaw and Brian Outlaw will obviously be accompanying their sister, as well as the Riott Squad, the rest of the Riott Squad accompanying Ruby Riott. And so the Lights Out match, it is a 15-minute Hell in a Cell match from what Brian had told me. And he said the only way to win is to knock out your opponent out cold. You can't pin them, you have to knock them out. Hence the name Lights Out. So it's very interesting, and we'll probably see that match coming up probably at the Crusade pay-per-view, I would assume. If that's, it depends on what Brian wants to do. He is the champion, so he has the right to choose a stipulation in which match he will defend it in. So that's the perks of being champion. You get to choose the stipulation. Also, I figured out what was the problem with the tag team titles. It was the belts themselves. Okay? Weird, I know. It was the belts. So the belts themselves was the issue. So I had to recreate them. They still look the same. They still look the same primarily. Nothing really changed. I just had to recreate them, and it actually loaded. So, since Black Hole, the team of Aleister Black and Finn Balor, did not lose those titles, since the game completely screwed them out of defending those titles, the match at the Crusade pay-per-view, the match for the tag team titles with the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker, and Kane, versus the Hardy Boys, that match will become a triple threat tag match for the RCW tag team titles. It's only fair because Black Hole never got to defend those titles. Not because they couldn't, but because they were unable to because the game decides to be a butthole and screw them over. I have no idea where Liv Morgan and... Oh, there they are. I thought they were... That's weird. Why aren't they like right there? Like they're usually in the corner, like right there. It's so weird. Maybe it's because it's two managers. I don't know. This match is gonna be good. Sky and Ruby Riott, yeah, definitely. The match at the pay-per-view was pretty good, if I do say so myself. So recently, speaking of wrestling and speaking of Paige and everything. Recently, the trailer for Paige's movie, Fighting With My Family, had come out. It is a biopic that is based on Paige's life, her wrestling career, and how she became a wrestler. And that comes out this February, and I'm really excited to see it because I am a diehard Paige fan. So I'm really excited to see it. Perfectly casted. The girl who is playing Paige in the movie is perfect, I think. And also The Rock produced it. The Rock produced it, and he's also in it. So it'll be interesting. I'm really excited to see that. As Ruby Riott able to reverse, but Sky one step ahead of her on the outside of the ring. Decides to gloat a little bit, baiting Ruby Riott onto the outside. Yeah, it does look really good, honestly. It looks amazing. Like I like the Tupac biopic that they did, and I've never seen a biopic on a wrestler before, so it would be interesting to see what goes on. Spine buster on the outside. You got to remember, Sky has quite the moveset at her disposal here. So I'm really happy that the game actually isn't bugged. But it's weird though, because the game the game was bugged, I would think, because there's no reason why it should have been the belts that should have been the issue. You know, it's weird, isn't it? Like, why would the championship belts be the reason why the game's not loading? Why would I have to go in and redesign them just so that it would work? It was weird. So I don't know, but we don't have that issue anymore as Sky goes for Sky's the Limit here, but Sarah Logan distracting the referee. Now, Jason, Outlaw, and Brian, they're really out here just to sort of even the odds. They'll do anything and everything to get to the top, and that's what the Outlaws do. It doesn't matter whether they have to bend the rules a little bit to get to the top. As Sky gets a head scissor takedown here. What's she going for here? Looks to be going for Skyfall. This is patented Sky Outlaw right here. She connects on Skyfall as they go to replay. See, now this is the one thing I don't like about Universe Mode, is that they automatically go to replay. I believe I can turn that off. I would love to turn that off because it's just another pain in the ass. As Sky Outlaw wins this match here. Pretty easy, pretty dominant match. You have to wonder, though, is that going to put her even further into the women's title picture? But Paige is her best friend, as of now, that is. Paige is her best friend, so you wonder if the drive to want to win the title is going to drive a wedge between their friendship. But who knows as we continue to move on here. Yeah, Sky, she is phenomenal, honestly. She is probably one of the greatest wrestlers I've made in this game. As Chris Frost looks to say a few words. Now, Chris Frost, longtime friend of the Outlaws, so this should be very interesting. We saw him take on Jason Outlaw, his best buddy, in some friendly competition in the last episode where Jason came out on top. But then I believe he attacked, if I remember correctly, he attacked Chris Frost afterwards. So I wonder what Chris Frost has to say about that, and we'll find out. I'm just pressing A just to skip to the promo, because I didn't realize you can press A to like skip the animation of them getting the microphone and everything. So we see a different attitude here between Chris Frost right now. We haven't seen him this ticked off before. I don't think I've ever seen him this mad. Trying to go along like everything is fine, but the truth is it's not. There's been a lot of here in the RCW, and more. There's trouble headed in my way. I'm standing on the tracks just waiting the train to come barreling right towards me. Is he talking about the Outlaws? He might be. Who knows? I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out, I guess. Going to run through every superstar in my way, he says. Very confident. And once the carnage is done, I will get my shot. Huh? Kind of funny because we have a title called the Carnage title. So I've been proving myself since I walked through the door. I'm still here. I've seen so many superstars come and go because they can't hack it. Well, here I am in the middle of the ring in front of my millions of fans. All I need is just one match. Just one match. You will get that match, Chris Frost. You will get it. You will be taking on Finn Balor tonight. One half a black hole, so that'll be very interesting. Today starts a new chapter in RCW history. Now, I will say one thing about the promos that I don't like, and I'm just going to say that real quick. And that is this. So if a champion comes out during a self-promotion, promo, right? He will say, I want a title shot, even though he already has the title already. So that doesn't make any sense. You can't have a title shot when you already have the title. So that's one thing I would like to see change, either for a patch, maybe for an update for this game, or maybe even next year's game. And The Rock will be accompanying Chris Frost. Now, The Rock, he attacked Chris Jericho because Chris Jericho attacked Chris Frost. But you have to wonder, why did The Rock suddenly give himself an alliance to Chris Frost? Why is there this alliance being made? Not a tag team alliance, but why does The Rock care? I wonder. I have no idea. The Rock is RCW World Champion after beating Braun Strowman in a last man standing match very decisively. So you have to wonder, why does The Rock care at all? I wish as a manager they would come out with their titles anyway. That's the one thing I want to see too. If they have a title, they should be able to come out with it. Even as a manager, even if they're not wrestling. And here comes the Demon. Now, this is what I love about Finn Balor right here, is his whole Demon King thing. I redesigned the Crusade arena. I hope you guys really like that once Crusade comes. Oh, just wait, Anna. It's definitely gonna get better. And there are these two men, Black Hole, but only Finn Balor is out here tonight. I want you guys to check this entrance out, because I specifically put this entrance for them. So this entrance is probably one of the coolest entrances in the game, in my opinion. I think they added it this year in the game specifically for Finn Balor as the Demon, so... You can see both Alistair and Finn raising hands in unison. Now, Finn Balor was very upset, along with Aleister Black, having to vacate the titles, being absolutely screwed over by 2K, the developers of this game, and management, saying that if it wasn't my decision, I can tell you that I did not want for them to have to vacate the titles. I did not want that to happen, but it had to. And that's pretty much where the entrance ends, but I just wanted you guys to see that because that was really cool. You can actually see that as an individual video on my on the Facebook page. As Chris Frost looks to go on the top rope here. Neck breaker by Chris here. You have to wonder, is The Rock going to get involved in this match? Uppercut. Finn able to reverse though. Chris able to reverse. And now, the one other thing I decided to change through the last few episodes of this season is to keep the HUD on. Reason being is because I know how much momentum I have. I know how much the amount I have till I have a payback, and I know if I have a signature or a finisher or not. And the HUD is not really something that interferes with the game in any way. Like, because it's towards the bottom of the screen, so it doesn't really interfere with anything. So, it doesn't really matter too much to me. As Finn reverses and DDT Chris Frost, and now Chris Frost having to roll out of the ring, possibly take a breather here. And Finn. What is Chris Frost doing? Walking towards the ramp here. There is a count out here. So both of these men can get counted out of this match. This is not like Chris Frost though. Definitely not like him at all. To just wanting to get counted out of a matchup. Grabbing Finn Balor. 7. Both men have to get back in the ring as quickly as possible. Both men finally getting back in the ring. Went for the icebreaker, but Finn able to reverse it. And takes Chris down. I don't know why I have that reversal payback. I have to change that. I'll have to change that payback there because we have unlimited reversals on, so that payback doesn't even matter because with limited reversals, there's one of those paybacks where you can earn a reversal when you have limited reversals on or a reversal limit on, but since we don't have it here for RCW, it wouldn't make sense to have that reversal payback. So I'll definitely change that there for Chris Frost. I haven't used him in a while, so that might play a role in Chris just tossing Finn Balor. Chris gladly will take a count-out victory, but that's not how he wants to settle things. Throwing Finn Balor into the barricade. Oh no. Looking to cause more damage to Finn Balor here. But Finn able to reverse it. Chris able to reverse and gets a clothesline. Finn instantly getting up from that though. Now both men finally back in the ring. Chris looking for the avalanche here. Avalanche on Finn. And Finn kicks out at 2. He finishes most people with that move. I'm very surprised that Finn was able to kick out of that. Finn has got to find a way back into this match. Rock cannot touch Finn, otherwise Chris will be disqualified. And Finn now finally gaining some momentum back. Face first goes Chris Frost, lifts him up now, Finn throws Chris back into the ring. Gets back in the ring now. Finn starting to feel it. Very dominant match from Chris though, as Chris able to reverse. Looking for the icebreaker now. Icebreaker. on Finn. Looking for the avalanche again. But Finn able to reverse the avalanche. And knees to the gut of Chris. Uh-oh. Finn looking for the coup de grace here, perhaps. Finn, that's a long way. Coup de grace by Finn Balor. And somehow Chris kicks out. But Finn's starting a comeback now. Now Finn. Finn is on fire. Uh-oh. Possibly looking for the drop kick here. Patented Finn Balor. Drop kick into the corner. Comeback though. Comeback though. Chris able to get the comeback going. Chris getting fired up. Looking for the icebreaker one more time. Lands the icebreaker. And decides to pin Finn. And Chris able to land a victory over the Demon. What a nice match between these two. It's got to feel very confident for Chris, able to finally get a victory here. As we move on to our next match. We have Edge, the Rated R Superstar, versus Daniel Bryan. Now, Daniel Bryan has to feel a little bit demoralized after not earning the RCW Carnage Championship against AJ Styles. He had AJ to tap out, and AJ was able to retain, and then a rematch was ensued by yours truly, and it was a no disqualification. And AJ was able to retain his title out of that no disqualification match. Edge, one half of Team of Rated Charisma. He probably has my favorite entrance theme of all time. And here he comes, Edge in his RCW attire. And there the pyro fireworks go off. And the yes man, Daniel Bryan, I was very happy to see him actually come back to action on SmackDown. I was very happy to see him win the WWE Championship against, who was it, AJ Styles this last night on SmackDown. That was pretty cool. As the RCW Universe chants yes, yes, yes for Daniel Bryan. Now Daniel, he's looking for a burst of confidence, feeling a little bit demoralized after losing against AJ. Twice, I might add. Well, not really twice, because the first time was a draw. But he beat Bryan Outlaw, technically, because He didn't actually pin Bryan Outlaw, but he was in a match as Edge looks for an early roll-up. But yeah, Daniel Bryan definitely could use a win here. And Edge lifts Daniel Bryan up, but Daniel Bryan able to reverse. Now Daniel Bryan lifts the Rated R Superstar up, snapmare. Now elbows to the arm of the Rated R Superstar. Now I didn't really do much to his attire. All I did was change his, change the color and add the RCW logo to it. I didn't really do anything to his boots or his pants, but I did change his wristbands and stuff like that. Seth Rollins also has RCW attire as well. I don't do it to everybody, I just do it to some of the superstars. Because some of the superstars, I actually love the way their attire is. I just want to make it RCW themed. And Daniel Bryan again working on the arm of Edge. Maybe a little bit of ring rust. But a back body drop to Daniel. And a big boot sends Daniel Bryan to the canvas. Neck breaker. And Daniel Bryan again able to reverse very quick. But Edge says no and just pushes Bryan away. DDT to Daniel Bryan. Now Edge really starting to feel it here. As he throws Daniel Bryan violently in the corner looking for the big boot, but Bryan able to reverse. And an uppercut to the back of Edge. Got to be careful with that neck. That's what put him in retirement. Working on the legs of Edge now. Lifts Edge up. Bryan looking for a punch to the face of some sort, but Edge able to reverse. And a knee to the gut of Daniel. But Daniel able to reverse the kick. Reversal by Edge now. Reversal by Bryan. What a back and forth matchup this is going. Reversal by Edge. Reversal by Bryan. This is very back and forth now. Now these two. Uh-oh. Daniel, what are you doing? What are you doing up there? Daniel calling Edge to his feet. And a drop kick from the top rope by Daniel Bryan. Could that be enough? And no. Edge kicks out at 2. Reversal there by Edge. And raising the face of Daniel on the ropes. And a big boot again to Daniel Bryan. Looking for possibly the spear here. And the spear connects to Daniel. And Daniel kicks out at 2. Very rarely have I seen anybody kick out of any spear, let alone Edge's spear. And Edge just wondering what he's got to do, and another big boot to Daniel Bryan. Shoulder tackle. Now Daniel Bryan on the comeback now. Irish whip. Turns Edge around now. Daniel starting to come back. Daniel's feeling it. Daniel's feeling it. Might be looking for those yes kicks, though. Reversal, though, by Edge. Just a simple punch to the face of Daniel Bryan. DDT by Edge, busting Daniel wide open. And Edge says that's it. One more spear and it's over. See you later, Daniel. Spear! And Daniel still kicks out. 2 spears. How resilient can Daniel Bryan be? Now Edge is fired up now. Now Edge is on the comeback. Planting Daniel Bryan. And another DDT to Daniel Bryan. Uh-oh. Not another. Oh, no. Oh, no. Edge, don't do this. Another spear! But Daniel reversed it. Daniel reversed the 3rd spear that probably would have put Daniel Bryan out of commission forever. Daniel reverses again. And now Edge is busted open. This is insane. And now stops to the chest of Edge now. Uh-oh. Daniel looking for the knee now. But Edge able to reverse. Get out of the way. Roll up. Rope break. Not very smart by Edge there. But Daniel able to reverse the DDT and now plants the Edge. What's it going to take? Now goes for the pin now. And Edge kicks out. Kip up by Daniel. Reversal by Edge though. Reversal by Bryan. This is getting real intense. Reversal by Edge. Reversal by Bryan. Holy cow, I can't even keep my words straight. Uh-oh. Big boot to Bryan. And Edge has to go to a knee. Both men absolutely winded, tired. They don't know what to do. They don't know what it's going to take. And now another DDT to Daniel Bryan. Uh-oh, looking for the 3rd spear. A 3rd spear. No! 3rd spear to Daniel! That has to be it now. No! Daniel still kicked out after the 3rd spear. What? How did he kick out of the 3rd spear? 3 spears and Daniel's still going. This is impossible. If anybody deserves this, it's Daniel Bryan at this point. I've never seen this. In all of my matches that I've watched of Edge, I've never seen anybody kick out of, let alone 1 spear, but 3? And Daniel reverses again. Daniel looking for the yes lock on Edge. Has it locked in. Oh no. Is Edge gonna tap? Is Edge gonna tap out? No! And Edge taps to Daniel Bryan. Wow. Daniel Bryan wins. Edge thought he had him. What a phenomenal match, though. By both men. I mean, DDT after DDT, spear after spear, and Daniel Bryan gets Edge with the yes lock. Just look at him. All bloodied up and still able to win. That was crazy. One of the best matches I've ever seen here on RCW. That is absolutely nuts. I thought Daniel would have been done after 2 spears. But here we have John Cena making his debut here on RCW against the RCW World Champion, The Rock. This should be interesting. Now, a lot of you have been asking, when is Stone Cold gonna come back? Because we haven't seen him for a while. Oh, he will be back, trust me. I talked with him. Steve Austin said he will be back. He doesn't know when, but he will be. One of the most respectful, humble athletes ever, John Cena. The biggest Make-A-Wish granter. He's the only celebrity to grant over 500 Make-A-Wishes. He was actually awarded for that too as well. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Never give up. John Cena. Big match John, whatever you want to call him. He is here on RCW. And here he comes. The People's Champ. Another very respectful man. Carrying the RCW World title right with him. Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And here he is. He probably has my second favorite entrance theme of all time. I love The Rock. I love his movies. I love him as a wrestler. I swear, this guy, I follow him on Instagram, and this guy, he's as jacked as he was in wrestling days. He's even more jacked now than he was in his wrestling days, honestly. His workout routine is absolutely insane. But when you're RCW World Champion, you have to show up, and you have to give it 110%, and that's what The Rock wants to do. Give me a second while I plug in my laptop here. Alright, we're set. Oh, okay. This will definitely put John Cena over a little bit if he can win. But The Rock goes down somehow. Yeah, The Rock's kids, yeah. I think he just gave birth to another... I think he just had another kid with his wife. I forget who he's married to, though. I think he is married, if I'm not mistaken. The Rock, DDT to John Cena. This should be a really good match between these two. These two have met before in a WrestleMania match. Well, I don't blame him. The Rock, he's a good man, so I'm not surprised that he is married at all. John Cena, on the other hand, him and Nikki Bella aren't on good terms. I guess they're not together anymore, but it remains to be seen. As John Cena possibly looking for a German. John Cena again being reversed by The Rock. And side Russian leg sweep by the People's Champ. The Rock has been on absolute dominance with his win over the Big Show and his win over Braun Strowman, and a spine buster to John Cena. Smart veteran move by the Great One. I think to... Oh yeah, of course. To set up the... Yep. I remember now how to set up the people's elbow, so... I was trying to figure that out, like, in the pay-per-view, how to do it. And I was like, how do you do this? And it's been... Because it tells you how to set up their finishers, like where your opponent has to be, like standing in front of them, or upper body, grounded upper body, or whatever. So it tells you how your opponent's supposed to be set up, and I couldn't figure it out. And it irritated the hell out of me. And again, The Rock just giving it to John Cena right now. I believe... 15 or 6, is it 15 or 16 time? I lose track because John Cena has won so many titles, so it's like, you'd have to think, what if John Cena wins the world title someday here at RCW? Will open challenges be back like he used to do with the United States Championship? Just slamming The Rock down. And now Cena on a comeback now. Yeah, I guess John and Nikki aren't together anymore. I don't know what happened. I guess she wanted to be a mother and he didn't want children yet. And I guess that really caused a huge conflict between the two. 5-knuckle shuffle to The Rock and connects. Can Cena score a pin? No, The Rock kicks out. The People's Champ is definitely not going to give up that easily. Looking for the AA. But The Rock able to reverse the attitude adjustment and takes John Cena down. And spine buster to John Cena. Another spine buster to John. Dragging John again to the middle of the ring. Very, very smart on The Rock. John able to reverse, but then The Rock able to get him down. Uh-oh. Taking off the elbow pad. Here comes the People's Elbow. People's Elbow by The Rock. Connecting on John Cena. Is that it for Big Match John? And no! There's a reason why he's called Big Match John. He never gives up. That saying is not just some catchy catchphrase to sell merch. That is a real life motto for the face who runs the place, John Cena. And a DDT to John Cena. And takes off the other elbow pad, looking for another People's Elbow to John. And another People's Elbow to John Cena. That has to be it now. That's got to be it. I'm trying to pin him and I can't do it. Why? I'm pressing the B button. I'm pressing the B button. Yeah, he is busy a lot. I will say that. I mean, he's getting old to be wrestling, but I will say, you know, when you're busy a lot, you don't got time for children. You know, when you're always on the road all the time and you're always doing stuff with movies and God knows what, I don't blame him for not wanting kids, and I believe that Nikki just simply didn't understand that. And I feel that Nikki, not to diss her or anything, but out of all people, Nikki should have understood that John's a busy guy. Because she's busy too with everything she does. With wrestling, with the clothing line that her and Bree have put together, all of that crap. And another spine buster to John Cena. Yeah, but like you would think that Nikki would be more understanding of that, but I guess not. See, he's already tried 2 people's elbows. He might have to try something else now. Possibly a rock bottom. And a clothesline to John Cena. This is just an absolute mauling of Big Match John. And now John with a leg fist press. Punches to the Rock. And the Rock still kicks out. John wondering, what do I have to do to keep the People's Champ down? He's going to have to do a hell of a lot more than he's doing right now. A reversal by John Cena. Taunting the Rock. Dragging the Rock. Uh-oh. You can't see me, 5-knuckle shuffle coming again. And connects on the Rock. Uh-oh. Possibly looking for another AA. But the Rock able to reverse. And just tossing John Cena back into the ring now. Looking for rock bottom. Rock bottom on John Cena. Rock bottom on John Cena. Why won't it let me pin him? This game is broken. Hang on, let me... I don't know why it's not letting me... I don't know why it's not letting me pin him. Now you let me pin him? Wow. But now you let me pin him after he's gonna kick out already. And another rock bottom to John Cena. And John Cena still... How is he kicking out now? No! First you wouldn't let me pin him, and now all of a sudden now he's going to kick out in every single thing I do now. Is that what we're going to do? Oh. Rock on the comeback. I don't even know this game anymore. And a spine buster to John. Alright, this has got to be it now. And John reverses. Oh my God. What does The Rock got to do? Looking for the AA off the top rope, but The Rock able to reverse. Looking to just get that stamina up here. And John Cena reverses the spine buster. Uh-oh. Now looking to make The Rock tap out. And the People's Champ says no. But John, again, able to reverse. The Rock able to reverse. Man, this is a really back and forth match. Now a clothesline. And now both men absolutely winded at this point. Tossing John Cena back into the ring. Tries for the spine buster again, but John reverses yet again. Another reversal. There's a reason why they call him Big Match John. And he reverses again. John Cena with the AA out of nowhere. John Cena pins The Rock. What? Wow, what a match. What a match, guys. Oh my god. That's pay-per-view quality right there. See, this is what I'm talking about. If we had limited reversals, it wouldn't be as fun. Jeez. Big Match John. There's a reason why they call him that, and I think he just proved that. So in John's debut, I made it clear though, John definitely cannot be a part-timer like he is on Raw and SmackDown. And obviously I understand he's got his movies, he's got other obligations, but I told him if you want to be here on RCW, you have to show up. You don't have to show up every week, but you gotta be here. You can't be like Brock Lesnar. I tried negotiating with Brock Lesnar back in season 1 and that didn't really work out too well. But we still have more matches to go. That's not it. More exciting stuff to go. If that's not a main event, I don't know what is. Honestly. And we have our main event. Brian Outlaw, the Warden, against Rey Mysterio. No holds barred. Like I said, Brian wanted a veteran, Brian wanted competition, and this is exactly what he is getting. And as RCW Carnage Champion, that's what he deserves. Now, like I said, the Warden is a completely different side to Brian. Completely different. And I'm surprised that nobody is joining Brian at ringside. But he said, I can handle this myself. I don't need anybody to help me. And Brian is very... Despite using Paige, I would assume, to win matches, he still claims that he doesn't need anybody. He calls them spectators. He just says, if you're going to join me at ringside at a match, you're going to watch me do what I do best. You're not there to help me. You're there to learn from me. And rightfully so. Brian Outlaw is only 22 years old, and yet he's accomplished a lot here in RCW. He's befriended a lot of the ladies here at RCW, which is one thing he is pretty good at. Now, again, here's the one thing that they need to fix. See how the title is with the jacket? Can't we just put the titles over the jacket so we don't have that glitchy problem? Please, 2K. It's been a problem in the game for like years now. Can we just please fix that? It's a minor issue. That's all I ask. And the 619 Master, Rey Mysterio. I was so happy when he came back too. I was really happy to find out that he signed a 2-year deal. And I'm happy that he's on the show SmackDown, because that's really where he took off. Let me know if you want me to make some changes to Rey Mysterio's attire. I was thinking about making changes to it to have a more RCW look. Yeah, he is back. He's been back for a while. Brian Outlaw, Rey Mysterio, let's get this underway here. No holds barred. Let's get this going. Sorry, my phone keeps buzzing and I have to keep looking at it because I don't know whether it's important or whether it's not. As Rey Mysterio is going for the quick pin. Rey almost got Brian Outlaw there. Almost upset. Almost got an upset. Brian Outlaw hasn't lost many matches. Neither has Rey either since he's been here. Planting Rey Mysterio. Uh-oh, Rey. Planting. Brian. Uh-oh. Irish whip to the corner here. What's Rey looking for? Just a punch to the face, but I think the mask that he is wearing protected him from that, and a drop kick to the back of Brian. Oh no! Rey Mysterio just decimating the RCW Carnage champion, but Brian able to get out of it though. Lefez press by Brian, punching Rey right in his face. Uh-oh! Triple H! What's he doing here? Oh no, what's going on? Triple H! Triple H! Pedigrees Brian! And Rey Mysterio wins! Thanks to the assist to Triple H. What is he doing here? I thought they solved it. Brian Outlaw and Triple H have had their matches. They had their issues. And that was solved in a match a while ago. A no disqualification match, might I add. Why? Why? Why Triple H? Why? What is going on? Oh my God! I'm at a loss of words right now. Why Triple H? Why? What's your motive? You're never even here anyway. What's your freaking motive? I mean, sure, you were in the men's lottery case ladder match and you lost to Brian Outlaw and you did. And sure, you're mad about Brian Outlaw's ego, but coming from the person who recruited Seth Rollins to the Authority in 2014. Okay? And you're talking about ego? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. I don't have any words. What the hell, Triple H? What the hell? Rey has to feel very... And I know Rey. I know Rey wants to fight his way to the top. He doesn't want the easy way out. He has to be as mad as Brian Outlaw is right now. Well, maybe not as mad as Brian Outlaw, but you get the picture. Ray wants a fair fight, and he wasn't able to get that. And as general manager and commissioner of this show, I will not have that. So, next episode, we will definitely solve this aftermath here. We'll definitely solve this and figure it out. I have no idea why Triple H did what he did. But we might have to find out from the man himself. However, Triple H isn't the easiest guy to talk to. He doesn't really explain why he does things. He just does them. He's like... And he's calling Bryan Outlaw egotistical, and yet he's the one that attacked him? Okay, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I expect to hear from Triple H. Repercussions will be made. I already suspended Matt Hardy once. Don't think I can't suspend Triple H too. Just because he's the COO of WWE and he's this big shot in WWE doesn't mean he is this big shot in RCW. That's not how we roll. That's not how we roll here. That I own this thing, Triple H, okay? I own it. You don't. So, repercussions are definitely going to be made for this. Oh my god. Now I have to wonder, what's Paige going to think? What's Bayley going to think? What's Bayley going to think? What's Paige going to think? What's Sky going to think? I guarantee Sky's going to be mad because her brother is... Her brother just got attacked. I'm pretty sure Sky could lay one on Triple H if she wanted to. But don't worry, this will definitely not go unsolved. Actually, I wanted to ask you guys a question before I leave y'all here. Other than the Rey Mysterio attire changes, which I probably will end up making anyway. Other than that, as I'll exit out of this real quick. Other than that, is there anything else that you guys would like to see? Whether it's matches or just attire changes or storylines or anything. Because as a wrestling fan myself, I created this show purposely to give you guys, wrestling fans such as myself, what you guys want. This is no WWE family-friendly PG era show. This is the Attitude Era, the Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Team Extreme, the Litas, the Trish Stratus, the whole 9 yards, whole thing, perfect. That's what this is. So let me know. As I quickly, and here, I'll quickly tell you guys real quick, because a lot of you have been asking me lately, as I turn on this light here, as you guys can see me a little bit more, a lot of you guys have been wondering lately, what do I do after the show? Other than make the matches for next episode, because I obviously gotta do that. Other than making the matches for next episode, what do I do for the show? Is there anything else I do? Besides creating the arenas, besides creating the titles? Well, as you can see here by this paper, if I pull it up close enough. See? See this paper right here? This paper has the results of the matchups. So, I have a great memory. Especially with Paige's matches. Like, I remember who Paige faced for the NXT Women's title. She faced Emma at NXT Arrival to become the NXT Women's Champion. I remember the day that she debuted, April 7th, 2014, when she beat AJ Lee to become the youngest Divas Champion of all time. See, I remember stuff like that. But with RCW, as the GM and commissioner of this show, I have to remember who wins and who loses. And a lot of times when a season ends, like with season 1, I had to write down the winners of the pay-per-view because I would have had to wait a couple months until 2K19 dropped. So I doubt after a couple months, without writing that down, I'm not going to remember that. So what I do right now is I'm going to take my pen and I'm just going to go through and write down the matches. Like, write down who won what happened, and that's what I do. So rather than do that on stream, I'm going to end it right here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of RCW. I probably will do another one tomorrow, or maybe even right after this one. Because you know what I said. The whole reason that RCW was going to crap was because the game decided to, crap the bed, and the tag team title matches weren't loading and whatever and whatnot. But since I was able to get rid of that issue by redesigning the titles, we will have the pay-per-view sooner than later. So we have episode 13. I will tell you, the one episode you don't want to miss, you shouldn't miss any episodes. I am going to tell you that, because a lot of stuff happens in an hour and 20 minutes or 2 hours or however long we stream these episodes. A lot happens in these episodes. But the one episode you shouldn't miss this season is episode 15, which is 2 episodes away from now, because I have some huge things planned for that episode. Stuff that you might see coming, might not. Who knows? But let's focus on the task at hand and figure out what the hell just happened with Triple H and Brian Outlaw, and why did Triple H attack Brian Outlaw? Why? We probably won't know why exactly, because Triple H is, like I said, Triple H is the guy that just does things just to do things. He is not a guy. Same with Brian Outlaw. Brian may attack you, and he might not have a reason for it. He might just do it just to do it. Because the Outlaws are the type of family to do anything and everything to get to the top. And if that means hitting you in the back with a steel chair, then that's exactly what it means. Because Brian Outlaw, the Outlaw family, they didn't grow up with a father. Their mother raised them, so the men of the Outlaw family, I should say, had to learn to be their own men. They had no father to teach them right from wrong. They had nobody. They had to learn that themselves. Same with Sky. She was no daddy's girl. And if I pull up a quick tweet, if I can show you guys, I will literally pull up a quick tweet from all of them. And this was talking. Jason tweeted this out, and it was a screenshot, or it was a shot of his tattoo that he had got, which all the Outlaws have it on the back of them. All the Outlaws have it on their backs. Sky does, Brian Outlaw does, and Jason does. They all have it as a family mark. And obviously, when Brian Outlaw is in the Warden, his attire, his jacket remains on, so you can't see the tattoo, but in his original attire, you can see the tattoo. So, Sky said that she just got hers done too. Looks sick on you, bro. Dad isn't one of us. I'd be surprised if he knew the definition of family. And then Brian Outlaw says, got mine too, brother. Hey, Dad, you missed out on something great. Look at us now, better than you'll ever be. Love you guys. So obviously family matters so much to the Outlaw family, considering that they had their father abandon them. So family matters absolute more than anything else. So definitely Jason and Sky are definitely going to have something to say about this attack. And considering Paige cares about her family, her wrestling family, considering she cares about her family so much that she's willing to get a movie made about her family and about her wrestling family, she'll definitely have something to say about this too. So this will be interesting. So let me give you guys, before I go, and I know I keep saying this, but let me give you guys the rundown of how the rest of the season's going to go. So we're going to just have regular episodes like this where stuff happens. And then once we reach episode 19, which is the episode right before the pay-per-view, we're going to do that episode. Obviously, just like any other episode we've been doing up to this point. And then we'll wait about a week or two before we do the pay-per-view. I always like to do the pay-per-views on a Friday or a Saturday. The reason why I had to redo Havoc on a Saturday was because of the issue with the tag team titles. Now, cross your fingers. I am hoping that we don't have an issue with the tag team titles again at the at the Crusade pay-per-view. I hope we don't have any issues again. We shouldn't, because I tested it out in exhibition, and if it loads in exhibition, it should load in universe mode. It's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is it's an actual show. You actually like make the matches and stuff. So fingers crossed that it actually works. I'm praying to the Lord right now that it actually works. So anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one. And real quick, in case you miss any of these episodes, like if you miss one right now, if you're not watching it while it's live right now, you can watch it about 30 to 45 minutes later. So it takes a little bit to process the live streams on YouTube, but because YouTube has to process them as a video, so after the video ends, you will have to wait a little bit, but I always add them to a playlist, Ravage Championship Wrestling Season 2. So since this is part of Season 2, all of these episodes get added into a playlist, and they're all in chronological order. And I recommend you watching them that way, because if you watch them from episode 1, or episode, I don't know, 13, what is this, 13? Yeah, this is 13. So if you watch it from episode 13 to 1, it's going to be all backwards for you in terms of the storylines. So that's why I highly recommend you watch it in order. I will say this season has gone a lot better than Season 1. Season 1 was sort of just a tryout. I wanted to see if this was something that I really wanted to do. I honestly didn't expect it to turn into something this big, where the Outlaws became a part of it, where so many things became a part of it, and I thank you all for so much for this. All the likes on the Facebook page, all the likes on Twitter, Instagram, everything that goes into this. Without you guys watching it, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, and a lot of you guys say it's definitely better than anything Raw or WWE has done in a while, so I greatly appreciate that. And maybe one day this can be a real thing, and this doesn't have to be through a video game. Like it can actually be on TV and everything. Of course, the Outlaws aren't going to exist, but and Chris Frost is not going to exist. But you know, it's gonna. It would be interesting to see RCW actually on TV. But I'm really liking where it's going now, and I appreciate it. So, anyways, I'll catch you guys next time on the next episode. If I don't do another one tonight, I will probably most likely do one tomorrow or within the next week or so. So it'll be very interesting, and keep an eye out. I post the Twitter stuff, like the fake Twitter stuff, on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram at BGX Music, you can see the fake Twitter stuff. And I guarantee Jason Outlaw and Sky and Paige and all those guys will have something to say about this, because it was absolutely brutal and uncalled for Triple H to just run in and attack Brian Outlaw during a match that could have been historic if it weren't for Triple H ruining the whole thing. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure, take it easy.